The clear label sensor should be set up each time a new label or material is used. Reusing the sensor's existing settings on a different material may not give optimal results. For best results, always perform a new autoset for each new material. Let's look at the physical setup of the clear label sensor. First, the sensor should be mounted such that the label backer is pressed firmly against the lower silver gap plate. This is important for reliable detection. Secondly, notice the arrow on the side label. This indicates the position of the sensor's sound beam. If you are using labels greater than 2 inches wide or 50 millimeters, be sure the edge of the label is inserted at least 1 inch beyond the arrow. If your labels are less than 2 inches in width, center the label on the arrow. Once the physical setup is complete, there are 3 Autoset modes to set up the clear label sensor for your labels. The 3 Autoset modes are Gap Only, Gap Then Label, and Dynamic Set. Note this process is exactly the same for any label type, clear or opaque, paper, plastic, or foil. To perform a gap set, place the gap in view of the sensor. Note the alignment notch on the front nose of the sensor. Align the gap between labels with the notch. Press and hold the gap button until gap set appears, then release. The setup is complete. Gap set alone works perfectly in a vast majority of labeling applications. In cases where gap set alone may not be enough, we can use a gap and label set. After performing a gap set, as previously shown, place the label in view. Press and hold the label button until label set appears, then release. The gap and label set is now complete. Important to note that label set must always come after a gap set, and label set alone is not a valid setup. Dynamic Autoset is most commonly used to implement automatic machine setup, but can be done manually as well. With labels in the correct position and the sensor's main screen displayed, press the menu button to enter the sensor's menu. The first option to appear is Initiate Dynamic. Press and release either the gap or label button. It does not matter which one. Move several labels and gaps past the sensor. Then again press and release either button. The Dynamic Autoset is complete. The clear label sensor's autoset routines usually produce the perfect setting, and manual adjustments are typically not needed. It is, however, possible to make manual adjustments to the sensor's threshold value by tapping the plus and minus buttons. By tapping these buttons, we can change the sensor's threshold value to further fine-tune the setup or handle special applications. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video.